I stood in the grand living room of the house I built, the house I paid for, surrounded by my in-laws, their eyes brimming with smug satisfaction. My wife sat on the couch, arms crossed, a smirk tugging at her lips. "You need to leave," her father said, voice heavy with fake authority. "The house, the cars, the business, they're all in her name now. There's nothing left for you here." I exhaled slowly, my fingers brushing the edge of the envelope tucked in my pocket. The moment I had been waiting for had finally come. I met each of their eyes, my wife, her father, her mother, her leech of a brother. They thought I was broken. They thought they'd won. They had no idea what was coming. It started 6 months ago. Her family had always been controlling, always meddling. They hated that I was self-made, that I didn't come from old money like they did. So when they floated the idea of transferring all my assets into my wife's name for protection, I should have seen the setup. But I played along. I let them believe they were outsmarting me. My wife whispered promises of love, said it was just a formality, said we would always share everything. I watched the greed flash in her father's eyes as I signed the documents. I saw the smug curl of her mother's lips. Her brother grinned like he had hit the jackpot. They thought they'd strip me of everything. But they missed one thing. I read every single document before I sign. The night I found out about the affair, I didn't feel rage. I didn't even feel heartbreak. Just clarity. She wasn't just greedy. She wanted to erase me. That night, while she slept peacefully beside me, I stared at the ceiling and made my decision. I wouldn't just walk away. I'd take everything back, and then some. Their first mistake was trusting I hadn't read the fine print. On the final page of those documents was a clause, one that said if she was found guilty of infidelity, all assets would revert to me. Buried in legal jargon, they didn't bother to understand. I spent weeks collecting evidence, texts, photos, videos, transactions, everything, enough to bury her. I liquidated what I could, transferred hidden assets, and waited. Now here we were. "You need to leave," her father repeated, sharper this time. I pulled the envelope from my pocket, let the moment hang in silence, then dropped it onto the coffee table. "What's this?" my wife scoffed, snatching up. She skimmed the pages, her smirk fading into confusion and then horror. Surprised, I asked, tilting my head, "You shouldn't be. You were so eager to take everything from me, but you never stopped to think I might be a step ahead." Her father snatched the papers, his face reddening as he read. "Infidelity clause." I said, letting the words sink in. "Everything you just tried to steal, it's mine again." The room fell silent, heavy, suffocating. "You bastard," her brother snarled, lunging at me. I sidestepped him easily, watching him stumble like the fool he was. "You did this on purpose," my wife whispered, wide-eyed. "Of course I did," I said coldly. Her mother clutched her husband's arm. "There has to be a way around this." "There isn't." I cut her off. "The clause is ironclad. You'd know that if you actually read it." Her father slammed the papers down. "This won't hold up in court. We have better lawyers than you could ever afford." I smirked. "I doubt that. That was part 2 of my plan, media exposure. The headlines will eat this up. By the time you try to fight me, the world will already know the truth, the lies, the affair, the fraud. Your precious reputation? Gone." And then I made my final move. "You have 24 hours to leave this house," I said. My voice was calm, but it cut like a knife. "I want you out." My wife opened her mouth, but no words came. "I own everything now," I continued. "The house, the cars, the accounts. You have nothing. You are nothing." She trembled. Her father looked like he might explode. Her mother clutched her pearls. Her brother sat frozen, finally realizing the ride was over. I turned to the door, paused, then looked over my shoulder one last time. "You tried to destroy me," I said, exhaling. "Now you get to watch as I erase you instead." And then I walked out. I never looked back. Ask ChatGPT.